Imagine waking up one morning and realizing your bank account received money while you slept. No emails answered, no meetings attended, no hours clocked. Just money arriving, quietly, reliably, forever. That's not a fantasy. That's the result of one fundamental mindset shift the book How to Build Assets That Pay You Forever urges us all to make. Stop thinking like an earner and start thinking like an owner. Today, we're going to walk through that shift together. It's simple in concept, life-changing in practice. Let's begin. Most of us grew up asking one question about work. How much can I earn per hour, or per week, or per year? We trade time for dollars. We measure success by hourly rate, salary bumps, overtime pay. It feels logical. It feels safe. But there's a hidden trap. If your income stops the moment you stop working, you are not free. Think about it. What happens if you get sick? If you want to take a month off? If you want to spend time with family, travel, pursue a passion, or simply stop working before you're 70 or 80? If the cash flow dries up the second you step away, your freedom is an illusion. You're tethered to a job, a client, a schedule. You're trading your life energy for money, and the exchange rate is fixed. 1 hour of life equals X dollars. Once the hour's gone, the money stops coming. The book calls this the income trap, and the way out is ownership. So here's the new question you train yourself to ask instead. What can I own that earns money without me? Not how can I work smarter, not how can I get a raise, but what can I build or buy that pays me whether I show up or not? That single question changes everything. It moves you from being an employee or self-employed freelancer to being an investor, an owner, a builder of systems that work 24/7. Let me give you a few everyday examples to make this real. Picture two people, both 35 years old, both earning $80,000 a year. Person A thinks in income terms. I need to negotiate a better salary, maybe switch jobs for 10% more, work extra hours for bonus. Their income is active. It requires their direct effort. If they stop, it stops. Person B has made the shift. What can I own? They take part of their paycheck and buy dividend-paying stocks. They create an online course once and sell it repeatedly. They buy a small rental unit or invest in a REIT. They start a side business that eventually runs with managers or automation. At first, Person B's passive income is small, maybe $200 a month, but over years it compounds, it grows. By age 50, it might be $5,000 a month. By 60, $10,000 plus, and it keeps arriving even if they travel the world or retire early. The difference isn't intelligence or luck, it's mindset. Income versus ownership. Now, let's go deeper. The book emphasizes that true freedom comes from assets that pay even when you're not active. Active income is you work, you get paid. Passive or ownership income is the asset works, then you get paid. Examples of ownership assets include rental properties that collect rent every month, dividend stocks or index funds that pay quarterly, digital products, ebooks, courses, stock photos, apps sold repeatedly, a business with systems, employees, or automation, royalties from books, music, patents, online content, YouTube, blogs with ad revenue or affiliates. The common thread, once created or acquired, these assets have the potential to generate cash flow with minimal ongoing effort from you. Of course, building them requires upfront work, money, or both, but the payoff is asymmetric. A few years of focused building can create decades or a lifetime of income. Here's where the book gets really powerful. See yourself as a builder, not a consumer. Most people live as consumers. They earn money, then spend it on things that lose value. Cars, clothes, vacations, gadgets, dining out. Those purchases feel good today, but they disappear. No future cash flow, no ownership. Builders do something different. They earn money, then convert a portion into things that produce more money.
Instead of buying a new car, they buy shares in companies that pay dividends. Instead of upgrading their wardrobe, they fund the creation of a digital product. Instead of another subscription service, they invest in education that teaches asset-building skills. Consumers spend, money leaves forever. Builders invest, money comes back, multiplied. Over time, this creates a profound identity shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone who needs a job to survive. You start seeing yourself as someone who builds systems that support my life. That's liberation. So here's your challenge from the book. Start asking the ownership question every time money comes in. What portion of this can become an asset? What can I own today that will pay me tomorrow and next year and in 20 years? Am I consuming this dollar or turning it into something that owns the future? You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to start thinking like an owner. Because the moment your assets start paying you more than your job, everything changes. You gain leverage over time. You gain choices. You gain peace. That's the promise of shifting from income to ownership. You are no longer just working for money. Money is finally working for you. And once that shift happens, the assets you build don't just pay you for a season. They pay you forever. Thank you for listening. Now go ask yourself, what will you own today?